Hello, I'm Jessica New and welcome to the second Andersonville Hoods installment. It's winter, if you haven't been able to tell, and most of us will be staying inside for the duration of the season. It can be boring staying inside for long periods of time, right? So, what's a good way to pass the time than picking up a new hobby?
At Windy Knitting, we sell yarn, needles, hooks, so items for knitting and crochet predominantly, as well as classes to learn to do those things. The beginning level classes and intermediate up to more advanced classes. The beginning level classes, the beginning knitting and beginning crochet, are both offered monthly. We keep those going all the time. They always start with a scarf. It's a good way to get the muscle memory down for how to knit or crochet. Then the next projects that come up with knitting, for example, is hats. And then sometimes after that will be, we'll do a baby sweater as a chance to learn how to make a sweater, but in a small version with less commitment. Yeah. All these things allow you to not only to learn the skill of knitting and crochet, but to learn to read a project and then pick up some other skills that come with that, increasing, decreasing, knitting in the round. What makes Windy Knitty different from the big box stores like Joann's and Walmart is that we predominantly sell natural fibers. But then beyond that, it's our customer service and our ability to answer questions and just generally help educate the customer and help with projects. It's hard to answer the question of how many different yarns we have. 100, 200, let's say 150, it's a good average. Our yarn comes from a variety of different sources. We have yarns that some come from China. Most of the wool itself is produced in Peru and Australia or New Zealand. I chose Andersonville as our location partly because there weren't that many yarn stores in the area, so it made sense. There was an opening in the market for a store, and then the community here also is really good about supporting small businesses. The samples around the store are not for sale. We do have people ask pretty frequently. They're meant as inspiration for you to want to come in and learn how to make that thing. If anybody's thinking about learning to knit or crochet, you have to be willing to mess up, but you just gotta let go and be willing to fail sometimes and then rip it apart and redo it. I mean, that's the beauty in yarn. You can pull apart your project and redo it. So if you're thinking about it, I say go for it.
Talking to your kids about finishing school isn't easy, just necessary. Go to boostup.org for materials that can help. When life's this hard, it's no wonder 7,000 students drop out every school day. Visit boostup.org and help kids in your community stay in school.
I might have to pick up knitting if only to make something to keep me warm during this season. One of my favorite parts about winter is getting to drink hot chocolate and relax in my apartment. There's something magical about watching the snow fall and listening to music while I'm warm at home. On that, I'd like to introduce Haley Jordana singing one of her favorite original songs.
Honey, if it's smooth, it ain't right. Honey, if it's gold, it ain't right. I said, honey, if you leave, well, that's just fine. I got money in my pocket and a home in the light. Honey, if it's smooth, it ain't right. There's pain in love, and love is pain. Sometimes I cringe at the thought of his name. There's fiery nights inside my brain. I know you know I gotta be insane. Honey, don't you know I'm always right? Baby, can't you see I'm ready for a fight? You gotta love it or you hate it, or you make it or you break it. Don't come crawling back to me when your lady ain't worth it. Honey, don't you know I'm always right? Oh, 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 no, no, no. Oh, no, 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 no. Honey, don't you know I'm always right? Baby, can't you see I'm ready for a fight? Or love me or hate me or make me or break me. Don't come to me when you wish you had me. I'm always right. Oh, no, 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 no.
Thank you so much, Haley, for that wonderful song. I'm so excited to talk with you, but before we get to that, let's take a look at a different type of store in Andersonville, Early to Bed.
So I wanted to not be someplace that parents would worry about walking their kids past, or would make the neighborhood feel like we were some seedy shop. I really wanted it to be evocative, but I wanted it to be something that when you saw the name on the street, you wouldn't necessarily know what it was. Well, I opened the store mainly because I was a frustrated sex toy consumer. There was no place in Chicago at the time that was owned or operated or oriented towards women. I knew there were other spaces like this in other cities, and decided that since no one else was doing it here, that I would just make the store that I wanted to shop in. And so I wanted a space that was warm and friendly, and where the people who worked there were educated and willing to answer questions about sex and sexuality, and as well as sex toys. I do a lot of outreach in the community. I try to be good partners with particularly organizations that serve reproductive justice and queer issues around the city, as well as sexual health and feminism. I mean, I've been wanting to be in Andersonville since the beginning, but to be part of this area is actually been really amazing for me as a business owner. I feel much more invested in the whole neighborhood, where I wasn't in my old store, just because there really wasn't a neighborhood. I believe in keeping Andersonville independent, keeping it local, keeping it friendly for businesses, but also really, they work really hard to make sure that we're a good part of the overall community. And the south end of Andersonville, where we are, could use a little love, so we're working to kind of make this a little bit more vibrant down here. So yeah, no, I love it here. I take walks every day just up and down Clark Street, just to, run errands or whatever it is, and every day I'm kind of thrilled that I can go across the street and get a thank you card, and go down the street and get my books from Women and Children First, and running shoes, and all these places that can shop at small independent businesses without leaving a 4-block radius of my store, and kind of take care of most of my needs. So it's pretty awesome.
Wow, 2 stores on complete ends of the spectrum, only a few blocks away from each other. It seems like Andersonville has it all. Right, Haley?
Absolutely, seems like it.
I've got to ask, are there any places that our viewers can see your music anywhere? It's really catchy.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, everything's online, either on my Bandcamp, HaleyJordana.bandcamp.com, or SoundCloud for Haley Jordana, and I've been playing around at Columbia open mics and stuff.
Oh,
so
fun. So really, I could just look you up like on Google or something, and I'm sure you'd come up.
You actually can.
Okay, I'll do that. So where are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia, just transferred here.
Oh, wow. Well, welcome. A couple months late welcome, but
yeah,
it's okay. How are you enjoying Chicago?
I love it. There's so many opportunities. I've gotten to collaborate with so many musicians, whether I just find them at Chicago shows or at Columbia. I mean, this is the best place for me to be as far as music.
That's awesome. It was a
Yeah.
great like scene for you necessarily.
Yeah.
What would you classify like your genre as? Tough question.
Yeah, I would say when I play with my band, like classic blues rock, I would say, blues rock and roll.
Is that like common for the scene in Philadelphia, or?
Yeah, actually, I was friends with a bunch of blues rock bands, but I mean, it's like any scene anywhere is gonna have like a few varieties. The punk scene here is really cool.
Really?
The rap scene here is really cool. I'm not a rapper, wish I was though. I tried earlier this semester, it didn't work.
So would you say you like also are, I don't know, being in Chicago, you've started out some other like on new genres, or?
Sure. I'm still playing the same original music. I write all my music that we perform, but it's definitely more blues influenced, I'd say, because the Chicago blues are huge.
Right.
So yeah, probably more bluesy, and I'm trying to be more experimental with my guitar and everything.
That's so much fun, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
So do you write your lyrics and your melodies?
Yeah, I write everything that I
What do you like writing better?
I mean, it goes hand in hand. Like, if I pick up a guitar, I start singing. If I'm singing, I gotta pick up the guitar. So it's like, I couldn't live without either of them.
So that being said, that you do guitar and sing, what other instruments do you play, if any?
Yeah, I started out on drums. I haven't kept up with it, but I started out on it, loved it, but I can't sing and play drums. It is like not easy to do. So I can play drums, guitar, I can play a little bit of piano. Yeah, I'd say that's it.
Wow, I mean, you're extremely multi-talented, though. That's so exciting.
Thank
Wow.
you.
So in high school, then, were you involved in the music activities or band, or?
Yeah, I played viola, like, throughout high school and everything.
Wow.
Yes, that was fun, but, I mean, it wasn't my passion or anything. I was in a band in high school, too. I've always been, like, writing music, being in a band, playing coffee shops, whatever I can do.
Wait, so here, are you in a band now?
I actually just kind of threw something together for a show recently. So yes, sort of. They're just my backup band. Like, it's just Haley Jordana with a band.
But that's fun, though. So
Yeah.
you could constantly, but the nice thing about Columbia is you're constantly collaborating with people. You can make like
Yeah.
tons of different bands, right?
Yeah, it's
my gosh.
so cool. Yeah.
So that being said, then, what are your idols that you look up to?
Okay. As far as writing music, probably Amy Winehouse and the Black Keys and the Rolling Stones are my three main musical influences. As far as being a woman in life, Miley Cyrus is one of like my biggest feminist idols, as well as Janelle Monáe, who is also a fantastic musician who stands up for women's rights in the best way. Both of them are like my idols. Yeah.
She really inspired you, Miley Cyrus, with your Hair's Duo today.
She did. Yeah, she always does.
So as you take your music further and develop your career, what do you want to say to people with your music?
What I want to say to people with my music, that's a great question. I'm always writing with a strong female voice. Obviously, I'm very big on feminism. A woman can do whatever she wants and as much as a man can. So I want to give women a strong voice in the music industry and in life in general. So that's my main goal through my music.
You go, girl.
Thank you.
That's
You too.
awesome. So don't forget to check out Haley Jordana on Google. Just you look her up there. So that's all the time we have for today. I'm Jessica New, and thanks for watching.